The heavyweight division is at a bit of a tipping point. We've got some problems, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some problems in the heavyweight division. Now, we've got Jon Jones potentially coming back. Wants to fight December card. We also have Francis Ngannou, who does not have a contract and is recovering from knee surgery. We've got Ciryl Gane, who has been recently beaten by Francis Ngannou, but has also now come back and easily beaten, I think, the number 3 or 4 contender, Tia Davasa, and has shown his skill sets are still worthy to be talking about. We also have Curtis Blaydes, who had a fairly easy win over Tom Aspinall due to Tom Aspinall's ankle or knee blowout, whichever one it is. And it was unfortunate because that was going to be a big tipping point for either of those two. And I had my money on Aspinall to win. But Curtis Blaydes takes the victory that's just the name of the game, right? So we've got an extremely heavily loaded heavyweight division. And with Francis Ngannou specifically kind of like out on the sidelines. And sorry, actually, I missed Stipe. I do apologize. I missed Stipe. There's Derek Lewis in there as well as Volkov and those types of people, but Volkov and Derek Lewis is kind of a little bit out of the way. But like if we're looking at the top 5, right? I'm just bringing the top 5 up on my screen. You got Francis, Ciryl, Stipe, Curtis, Tia Davasa. You've got Polovic and you got Aspinall, right? And then we've got Jon Jones out on the sideline. You've got a problem where you've got Aspinall, who now has to probably fight Polovic, even though I think he's actually fought him and potentially beaten him. But you've got a potential rematch there with Blaydes if needs be, or maybe Tom Aspinall will fight Tia Davasa. That makes maybe a bit more sense to kind of then bring him back up into that kind of top 4 if he wins. But you've got Curtis Blaydes, who's not calling anyone out. He should have called out for a title shot, but they don't know what they're doing. There's no one really holding the title spot because there's not a contract in place, right? And you got Jon Jones, who might be fighting Stipe. But Stipe hasn't fought in over a year, if not longer. What do you do with a division which is kind of stuck in the mud, right? And that's not stuck in the mud the fact they're slow. It's stuck in the mud because the fact that everyone's tied up with stuff. What's Stipe waiting for? Why have they not made a Stipe Ciryl Gane? Right? Why have they not? Like, Ciryl Gane's still number 1 contender. Why haven't they made a Blaydes Gane? Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Tia Davasa, Curtis Blaydes. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Polovic, Davasa. We have, like, the only person who's staying active in heavyweight, Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis said he doesn't want to fight anymore 5. I think he's just fighting for the money. I don't blame him. I think he's understood that he's not going to fight for a title anymore. We all love Derek Lewis, but that's just the way it is. We've accepted it. The biggest thing UFC need to do is figure out what they're going to do with the contract with Ngannou. Obviously, Ngannou having a knee recovering from knee surgery, needs to take its time. But there's still no contract. Will they even get a contract in place for him? That's the question. Because at the end of the day, if they don't have a contract in place for him, it's going to be a Ciryl Gane, Jon Jones. You're going to put number 1 against Jon Jones. You can't give anyone else a title shot. Right? Ciryl Gane's just knocked out number 4 in the 2nd or 3rd round of a title fight in the heavyweight division. You're not going to give Gane a title fight? Or are you going to stick Curtis Blaydes versus Jon Jones for a title fight? And leave out Stipe if Francis Ngannou is no longer in the picture? I don't understand why a Stipe Ciryl Gane fight hasn't come out to light. Why is Stipe sat on the sidelines? Maybe it's best for Stipe to do that, right? Because you've got Stipe who's had a nasty knockout. Maybe the time off will do him good. Maybe he's taking the smarter choice. He has a young family. I don't blame him. Hard to say what's going to happen, though. It's a very interesting division. And I think depending on what Jon Jones gets put into place in December, if they're able to get a fight together for Jon Jones for December, depending on who he's against, I don't think it's Ngannou. It's more likely to be Stipe. But I think they need to make a decision. They need to give Francis a deadline. You either sign the contract or you leave the promotion. You can't be holding up a title. You can't be holding the title injury dependent. I love Francis Ngannou. I got nothing against him. I love everyone in that top 5 or 6, right? 7, right? They're all great fighters. They're all fun to watch. Like the heavyweight division has come a long way, right? It's one of the more exciting divisions, and usually heavyweight isn't because it's usually slow. It's not as interesting to watch as the lighter, faster people fighting. But I think they need to put deadlines on stuff to get this shit over the line. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. How do you think the heavyweight division is going to play? How do you think they're going to deal with Jon Jones? How do you think they're going to deal with Ciryl Gane? I'm interested to know. And if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I go live. I appreciate everyone who does. And I will see you on the next one.